So you all set there, Frank?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you? How's the world treating you, man? I'm so excited. We finally get to talk to you.
All right. Yeah, the world's treating me good. Las Vegas is treating me great. We've been here for a week. We got one more week to go. We're actually going to come back here in October. And this is like Disneyland for adults here in Las Vegas. It's pretty fun.
Now, for you guys, though, I mean, have you enjoyed being at one location for like, what was it, been 2 weeks? Or do you miss the traveling and bus life and all that? Do you like being in one spot for a while?
I love it. And we've taken it even beyond. As you can see here, this is a house. This is not a hotel room. This has got a kitchen. And, I can cook breakfast. I can cook dinner. I can feel kind of like I'm grounded at a in a house at home. It's kind of cool. And the other flip side to that is that we can work on our set list more. We can work on music. We're not driving all night to get there. So since we're in the same place for each show, it gives us more time to spice up our music.
Does anybody know that you broke into that house? I mean, are they coming? Will you be out of there before they get back?
Yeah, like what's that? The Three Bears? Goldilocks? Yeah, I'm Goldilocks, see?
Yeah, and for people that are just tuning in, this is Arkansas Showcase, and we're talking with Frank Hannon from Tesla. And if you haven't seen him, he's all over the internet. He's a beast on the guitar. This man is a beast on the guitars.
Oh, thanks.
You're all over the internet, man.
Yeah, I like modern technology, Instagram and stuff like that. It's fun because, for anybody, not just me, but any up and coming musician or whatever, you can put your music out there and you can promote yourself. I'm sorry, somebody was beeping on there and I had to get rid of it. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun to be able to promote our band. Tesla, I've been working hard on making some videos for Tesla to promote Tesla. And but I love the guitar. Guitar has been so fun, and I'm so glad I discovered it at a time in the 1970s when guitar music was still being developed. When I was a kid, man, I just did an interview the other day talking about the 70s and how great the FM radio airwaves were back then, and guitar music, Slow Ride by Foghat, Freebird by Leonard Skinner, Frampton Comes Alive. I mean, it was just such a great time to be a kid.
Now,
did you ever think about playing anything else? I mean, or is it guitar or nothing for the whole way?
No, I dabble in all the instruments because I like to record and make demos and overdub stuff and try to create a whole song. So when you're a songwriter in rock music especially, it's good to learn how to play bass and learn how the drums and the keyboards and acoustic guitar, all the different colors that you can piece together to make it sound good. I've dabbled in all that, but guitar is number one.
Now, how did you actually form Tesla? Because it was just you and the bassist before Keith came in and all that stuff. How did you actually form it?
Well, back in the early 80s, when I was in junior high school, and Brian Wheat, our bass player, he's about 4 years older than me, he had already graduated. And I kind of knew early on that I was going to pursue music as a kid because we grew up in a pretty tough neighborhood, and playing guitar and playing music is the only thing that saved me from getting beat up all the time. So as soon as I discovered that playing guitar meant that I could get out of the hood, and the same with Brian Wheat, he and I teamed up and just started looking for musicians that were as hard working and driven to get out of the hood as we were. So we drove around town and we found Tommy Skio, our original guitarist. We had a different drummer at the time, but we used to go see Eric Martin band in the Bay Area, had Troy Lucchetta on drums. And we had a singer that quit, but we were playing the clubs. We were playing back then. You had to play current top 40 pop music in order to get work. And so we would do that. And then we would mix in our own heavy originals into that until ultimately we got discovered by Ronnie Montrose, who was a legendary guitarist. Do you know who Ronnie Montrose is?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
He discovered us and he taught us how to record. And then we had another friend named Dan McClendon and his brother Tommy McClendon. They taught us how to record. And that's where I got hooked on the art of making tapes and overdubbing and stuff and recording. Anyway, one thing led to another, and we had a manager that was really pushing us, took us to LA a few times, and we got discovered by a record company, and then one step led to another. Next thing I know, we're making an album. We're opening for David Lee Roth. We're opening for Def Leppard. It just went, it was one step after another. But for anybody that's listening, if you're a musician, you have to stay together, stay focused, and drive harder than you ever drove anything in your life if you want to succeed.
So that was what, 86 was what, Mechanical Resonance. So it's been 36 years, 37. Are you still just as excited about doing music now as you were back then?
Absolutely. And it goes in waves. You know, I mean, we have a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And, 86, we had a huge wave. And then, 96, we broke up and had all these problems. 2000, we got back together, had a great wave. Every 10 years or whatever, it's been like that. But the reason I'm so excited now is that Brian Wheat and myself, have taken over most of the control and the creative drive of what we're doing. And we're producing it, managing it, everything ourselves, which is so fun because, like, for example, I had a crazy idea that I wanted to record SOS Too Bad, an old Rocket Aerosmith song. So what did we do? We got together and we recorded it, and it sounds great, and we're going to put it out. So there's no restrictions. So we're able to be independent, which is an exciting feeling after all this time.
Now, you played so many concerts over your career. What is one concert that really stands out that you said, damn, this was one hell of a concert?
Well, the one that always comes to my mind is the first time we ever played a stadium was the Cotton Bowl in 1987 with Aerosmith, Boston. And I got to meet Brad Delp, the singer of Boston, that day. What a sweetheart he was, Whitesnake, it was like 90,000 people. And Tesla had just come out. It was on our first album. It was a hot summer day. And I've never played a stadium like that. So that one really stands out. Another one that stands out to me is quite the opposite. It's when we played the Marquee Club in London, which is a legendary club where the Who and Jimi Hendrix and Cream and all of them played in the 60s. And it's really recognizable. It says Marquee behind the band, and a lot of old videos of Jimi Hendrix playing at the Marquee, and you can see and I've got a picture of Tesla with us with the Marquee behind us. And that venue was legendary, and it was so tiny, and I literally remember seeing the walls were sweating. I mean, there was water running down the wall, being so packed in there. And another standout gig was when we played in Belfast, Ireland.
Oh, wow.
Northern Ireland. We played a small place, and the fans literally had us pushed up against the wall. We were playing, and we were like,
that was the police. Come on.
Huh?
That was the police that had you against the wall.
Yeah, they had machine guns. They were walking down the street. And back in the 80s when Ireland was really at war. And so that was another crazy experience.
Now, you always hear about rock bands. Were you one of those rock bands that you just destroyed hotel rooms, throw TVs out the windows and stuff like that?
No, we never really vandalized anything. Like I said, we come from humble beginnings, man, like, the ghetto. So for us, hotel rooms were luxury, man. We weren't going to do that. The only damage we did was more to ourselves, you know.
Now, you talk about vandalizing. Now, you did take tires off a roof and put them in the road and see if anybody run into them before.
You've been doing some research. I did that when I was 10 years old, man. That was when we were kids, and that was before discovering guitar, which made me get away from doing all that stupid stuff.
Well, you've had your duration of the years. You're just as busy now as you probably were in the 80s and 90s. I mean, you've got Vegas residency. Don't you have a cruise, Monster of Rock cruise coming up here in just a couple of weeks or so?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we're very busy. Monster of the Rock Cruise is a great event. It's like a festival on a ship where there's so many great bands. Michael Shaker's going to be on it. I think maybe Extreme is going to be on it. Yeah, Tesla's very busy. There's no doubt. I'm doing these Zoom interviews at 11 in the morning. I should be sleeping right now.
Now, we heard rumors that you're actually in the process of changing genres a little bit. Is that true? Because isn't that what they said, Jeff?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we were kind of shocked. We were shocked that you were going to go down the genre of gangster rap.
Is that true?
Like, what?
Country rap.
Oh, country rap. Okay. That would be crap.
There you go. Well, hey, since you bring that up, I don't mind a little rap music. I like any genre of music. I love classical. When I get in the car, I love jazz. I've been studying some jazz guitar. I don't mind rap. When it first came out in the 80s, we were digging on the Eazy-E album. Snoop Dogg, man, I put some Snoop Dogg on and sipping on gin and juice. It's fun. It's, anything where the artist is really legitimately feeling it. I can feel any kind of music if it's legitimately not, fake.
You've been with a lot of big names. Was there any one person you played with or met that you was actually awestruck?
Well, yeah, like I had mentioned that Texas Jam show, when I met Steven Tyler and Aerosmith, I was awestruck by them because I'm such a huge Aerosmith fan. Also Steve Vai was an intimidating personality just because he's just so dark and mysterious,
So now for your fans, do you find it cooler to be talking to the people that have been following you for 30 years plus, or do you find it cooler when you're getting introduced to possibly their kids, kids that are in their 20s that are just now hearing of Tesla, or is it just all the same? Is it all just awesome?
It's all awesome, man. There was a kid in the front row flexing his arm, and he had a big Tesla tattoo on his arm the other day, and he must have only been 20 years old, and that surprises me. But it just shows that the songs that we wrote, thank goodness we really try to keep it from the heart, and it'll touch a nerve now, or it might touch a nerve 100 years from now. Who knows? Music transcends age. I know a lot of young kids that are really into 80s rock, or classic rock or whatever. And it's because if the song is good, it feels right. It doesn't matter.
No, we had somebody when they found out that we was going to do the interview with you. They said the one thing they always want to know how your shoulder could survive lugging that double guitar you play.
Oh, the old double neck. Yeah. Well, the old one that's in the Love Song video, and the one that we got in the 80s, it's retired because it does weigh a ton. It's at home. And I have since found a much lighter weight piece of wood in an Epiphone double neck that I'm using. It's white, and I got it from Ron Keel, and he gave it to me, and it's significantly lighter weight guitar. The wood is much lighter and it sounds fabulous. So I'm using that one.
Oh yeah, because he said, man, how does his shoulder survive that?
Hey, I
Well,
have
I
a
mean,
you guys. Are you in Arkansas?
Yeah.
yes.
Great. Well, we're doing a show in Hot Springs, I believe. Is that
Yep.
right?
Yep, you are.
You are.
June 17th, I think.
I've been doing some research about Arkansas, and you guys have a lot of like crystal mines and things like that there. You know
Diamond
what
mines.
Well, we
Huh?
got crystal. Yeah, Hot Springs where you'll be at. There's a bunch of crystal mines there.
Yeah.
Little
Well,
Rock has a lot of crystal meth mines in there.
no, okay. I value my teeth.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Hey,
But
what?
yeah,
Yeah.
your cohort Jeff,
So
he's from
otherwise,
Texarkana.
that's where they invented the toothbrush was in Little Rock, right?
Yeah,
They
no,
don't have
obviously not.
The teeth brush.
Yeah, they usually have 2 teeth in their mouth and 1 in their pocket.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's no laughing matter. You know, meth and drugs and all that it's no joke. Honestly, I don't mean to be all serious on you, but I have been maintaining my sobriety now for over a year, and
Awesome.
it's the only way to go, man, mentally and spiritually. I pray for people that are suffering with addiction. Anyway, back to Crystal. I want to go.
Yes.
I want to go crystal hunting there when I'm in Arkansas, and I'm planning on staying a few extra days and tripping around there and see if I can find some cool rocks.
There you
just
go.
call
There's
us, just
plenty.
call us up when we get there because we'll see if we can take you around to one of them.
Sounds good. You guys going to be at the Tesla show in Hot Springs?
We are. Yeah.
Because
We'll come see you.
I remember we took one of our local artists when we met you guys back in where was it? Magic Springs. And we went back and visit with you guys back in the trailer back there and everything. And this guy was so awestruck with you. I mean, he plays all these gigs all over the place. And we had to drag him in. He goes, "No, I really want to meet him, but I can't. I just can't."
Huh. Okay. Well, bring it back again. Come on, let's try it.
Sounds good. Well, we know you're swamped, but since we are in Arkansas, are you following the NCAA tournament at all?
No. Remind me what NCAA is.
The basketball, the Sweet 16,
Oh,
all that.
I heard there was some kind of March Madness thing or something going on here in Vegas. I like basketball, but I don't really tune into it too much. I like going to a live game. I've performed at live basketball games doing our national anthem a few times. Excuse me. And I enjoy being there, but I don't watch it on TV too much.
Gotcha.
I saw one of your videos. Do you still have that dog?
I do. I am the proud owner of 4 dogs. Actually, my poor wife has her hands full right now.
That's all right. Well, man, we're going to let you go. We know you got tons of stuff to do. If someone wanted to see videos, hear new music, what's the best place for them to tune in to know everything about Tesla?
Well, there's a lot of scammers out there. So when you're on these Facebook and Instagram, look for Tesla, the band with the blue check mark. And also Frank Hannon official. Mine has a blue check mark next to it. There's a lot of fake Frank Hannon fan club or Tesla fan club. And these, I don't know what these people are after, but they send really weird messages to our fans. And so be careful for that, people. But go to teslatheband.com or Frank Hannon official, frankhannon.com. And all of those avenues will give you everything you need to know.
Well, man, I'm excited to see you in concert and excited to see hear the new songs that you got going on. So just stay busy, stay safe, get out of that house before the owners come back. So.
the 3 bears.
Right, exactly.
And I'll send you our phone number so you can contact us when you get here.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds good, man. Well, be safe. We'll get you some crystal mines. We'll get you something to, get you some healing powers while you're down here.
Hey, I really look forward to being in Arkansas, and thanks for having me on your show. I really appreciate you guys.
No problem. Take
Thanks,
care,
guys.
Mr. Man.
Bye.
Be safe. We're out.
All right. So that was Frank Hannon from Tesla. And they're going to be playing down in Hot Springs, but that's just one of the interviews that we bring you on Arkansas Showcase radio.com. And that's it. My name's Roy Doyle. We're out of here.